Hold on to your phones because this right here, isn't just another Durk drama. It's the kind of betrayal that makes family ties look like a temporary subscription. Lil Durk, the self-proclaimed voice of the trenches, just got hit with the dirtiest twist yet. And it's tied to the ghost of his brother-in-arms, King Von. The case everyone thought was cooling down. Yeah, it just reignited with enough fire to melt OTF chains. Allegedly, someone Durk once fed, protected, and swore loyalty to just flipped. And not just flipped. They might have pulled the pin on a grenade that could blow the entire OTF legacy to pieces. Think backstabbing, power moves, and a betrayal so twisted, it makes the Kardashians' family feuds look like a church picnic. The new leaks? Insane. The alleged statements? Mind-blowing. And the streets? They're whispering one name like it's cursed. This isn't about music anymore. This is about survival, image, and legacy. The question now isn't whether Lil Durk can recover from this. It's whether he'll even want to. So grab your popcorn, log out of your group chats, and lock in. Because this betrayal didn't just shake the trenches, it cracked the entire foundation. The betrayal didn't come with fireworks. It came with whispers, quiet, calculated, and colder than Chicago in February. One minute, Lil Durk was prepping new music and showing love to his late brother King Von's legacy, and the next, his entire camp was under digital investigation. It started when a mysterious audio clip hit the internet, just 34 seconds long, but packed with more tension than a Maury paternity reveal. In it, an unidentified voice mentions evidence, and that night, followed by something that sounded like, "They promised I'd be protected." The internet did what the internet does best: panic, rewind, decode, and spread it like wildfire. Within hours, Durk betrayal and Von case twist were trending worldwide. People swore the voice sounded like someone from inside Durk's OTF circle, someone who had been at his side through the darkest times. Bloggers ran with it. YouTubers dropped red arrow thumbnails. Reddit detectives stayed up all night piecing together voice spectrograms like CSI interns fueled by drama and caffeine. What made the situation even wilder? The leaked file had a timestamp from a police database, meaning someone, somewhere, had access to information that wasn't supposed to exist outside those courtroom walls. At first, fans didn't believe it. Fake, they said. AI voice. Some troll trying to start smoke. But then, receipts. Real ones. Screenshots surfaced allegedly showing text messages between the mystery person and someone tied to Von's legal team. The messages mentioned statements, immunity, and Durk can't know yet. Boom, chaos. Now let's rewind for a second. Back in 2021, after King Von's tragic death, Durk became the emotional face of loss in the rap world. Every lyric, every performance, every tear had Von's name written all over it. He wasn't just mourning, he was memorializing. But behind the tribute posts and the music videos, the streets whispered something different. That the King Von case wasn't as closed as the media wanted us to believe. That there were still witnesses, deals, and secrets sitting in folders somewhere, waiting to erupt. And now, it looks like that eruption finally happened. Because apparently, someone Durk once trusted with his life was secretly negotiating with the same people investigating Von's shooting. The claim? This insider allegedly handed over clarifications to clean their name. But here's the kicker. Those so-called clarifications dragged Durk's name right back into the mud. This wasn't betrayal. It was a backdoor execution. First person to hint at it publicly was a Chicago journalist who tweeted, "Sources say cooperation agreements connected to the Von case have expanded beyond original witnesses." The tweet vanished within 10 minutes, but the internet's faster than a subpoena. It was screenshotted, reshared, and blown up across every gossip page from Hollywood Unlocked to Academics Late Night Live. The story spread like infection, and the symptoms hit fast. Fans began questioning everything. Was Von's death random? Was Durk being protected or set up? And who in OTF was bold enough to leak anything to law enforcement? Then came the second hit. A blog dropped a blurred photo of an alleged court transcript listing an unnamed cooperating associate. Fans zoomed in like digital snipers and found one eerie clue, a date matching the night of an OTF studio session. It was official. The internet had turned into an investigation unit. Meanwhile, Durk stayed silent. No tweets, no cryptic posts, no reaction. But when someone that calm is surrounded by that much noise, You know it's about to get ugly. Behind the scenes, whispers grew louder. A supposed close friend of Durk's went live claiming he already knows who it is. The streets know too. You don't survive this game by being dumb. You survive by staying quiet. That line alone became gospel across social media. Everyone started posting it like prophecy, but the betrayal cut deeper than just leaks. Because word spread that this insider didn't act alone. There were allegedly two others. One from the label side, one from the streets, feeding the same story to different hands. It was a full-blown betrayal triangle, and Lil Durk was sitting in the middle like the last king on a sinking throne. The memes? Ruthless. One viral post showed Durk wearing a crown made of snakes with the caption, "Loyalty is luxury in 2025. Another said, "Only the family. Nah, only the feds." Brutal, but undeniably catchy. And then, like gasoline on fire, a snippet of a song leaked online, supposedly from an unreleased Durk track. In it, he raps, "How you break bread with me, then break code on me. I lost a brother, and the devil told on me." Fans went feral. Some said it was an old unreleased verse. Others swore it was new, a direct shot at whoever flipped. But either way, the message was clear. Durk knew. And he was watching. The internet started spinning out wild theories. Some claimed the betrayal came from a cousin. Others said it was a business partner. One blogger even suggested it was someone who'd appeared in Von's last music video, which sent fans re-watching it like it was a crime documentary. Every hand gesture, every side-eye, every lyric suddenly felt like a hidden clue. And through all of this chaos, King Von's legacy was being dragged back into headlines like a ghost that refuses to rest. Some fans said the betrayal was Von's karma, catching up to everyone who profited off his name. Others argued it was proof that the streets were rigged. Loyalty was just a myth dressed in designer. Even worse, the alleged betrayer, whoever they were, had apparently fled Chicago. Word online was they'd gone ghost and were laying low somewhere far away from the cameras, probably counting the cost of their own choices. Because in Durk's world, betrayal doesn't come with warning labels, it comes with consequences. By now, everyone from Boozy to 50 Cent to DJ Vlad had chimed in. Boozy went off yelling, "This generation don't know loyalty. They'll sell you for followers." 50 Cent reposted the leak with the caption, "Told y'all, snakes don't hiss no more, they log in." And Vlad, of course, made a 30-minute video titled, "The Streets vs. Durk. Loyalty ain't what it used to be." But nothing hit harder than the silence from OTF's core members. They all stopped posting. They all went dark. It was like a digital blackout, a funeral for trust itself. Still, the fans wouldn't let it die. Every time Durk's name trended, so did Von's. And now the public wasn't just asking, who betrayed Durk? They were asking if this betrayal could expose what really happened the night King Von died. Because if this insider knew things the world didn't, that means somewhere, buried under all the loyalty slogans and street codes, lies a truth that no one's been ready to face. And this leak, it might just be the beginning of that truth finally clawing its way to the surface. By the next morning, chaos wasn't trending. It was permanent. Every major platform, from Twitter to TikTok, had transformed into one giant digital crime board. Everyone was looking for the mole, the motive and the money behind the betrayal that shook Lil Durk's empire. The twist, nobody could tell who to believe anymore. Even the blogs couldn't keep up. Academics was practically foaming at the mouth on livestream, yelling, "Bro, this ain't gossip. This is hip-hop history unraveling in real time." He replayed the audio leak 20 times, claiming to hear fear in the voice of the alleged insider. Meanwhile, Hollywood Unlocked posted a blurry clip with the caption, "Durk's betrayal exposed. Fans think they know who snitched." The comments? Straight up warfare. Half the fans defended Durk like he was royalty, while the other half started side-eyeing his silence like it was a confession in slow motion. One fan wrote, "Durk too quiet. That ain't peace. That's plotting." Another said, "He ain't saying nothing because he knows exactly who did it." But then, boom, a second audio dropped. And this time, it wasn't just a voice. It was a conversation, two men talking. One says, "I did what I had to do. They offered me freedom." The other replies, "You sold the whole circle out for a deal." The sound of ice clinking in a cup. A nervous laugh. Then static, the internet exploded. Twitter spaces turned into therapy sessions. TikTok detectives were analyzing waveforms. People started claiming they could recognize the second voice. a name whispered so often that the person allegedly shut down all social media accounts within an hour. And that's when celebrities started taking sides. Enter Meek Mill. The Philly legend dropped a tweet that said, "Some folks only loyal till the paperwork hit." Simple, subtle, but deadly. Then 21. Savage, never one to hold his tongue, wrote, "This why I keep my circle smaller than a blunt filter." Even Nicki Minaj, yes, Nicki Minaj, liked a tweet that said, "Durk ain't the villain here, he's the target." The Barbs turned that like into a movement, posting "We stand with Durk" like it was a humanitarian cause. But not everyone was sympathetic. NBA Youngboy, always down to stir a cauldron of chaos, went on Instagram Live and said, "Y'all keep screaming loyalty like that word still means something. They been fake." His smirk said everything. The tension between Durk and YB was already legendary. But this time, it hit differently. Fans flooded the comments. "He knows something. This ain't beef. This is prophecy." Meanwhile, Chicago insiders were whispering that something big was about to drop, like the betrayal was just step one of a larger storm. And they weren't wrong. Because hours later, screenshots leaked from an alleged group chat. Not just any chat, but one between OTF associates. In the messages, one person warns, "They already know. Stop talking online." Another replies, "He knows I flipped. Ain't no going back." That one line, "He knows I flipped," broke the internet all over again. Fans started calling the entire saga the OTF Civil War. Memes compared Durk's crew to the Avengers splitting up. One viral meme read, "Trust nobody, not even your day one who borrowed your charger." By this point, the media frenzy was unstoppable. Journalists were calling lawyers. Lawyers were calling their clients. And Durk, still quiet. That silence became legend. Every hour he didn't speak, the story grew another head like a digital hydra. But then, without warning, a new post appeared on Durk's official Instagram story. Black background, white text, one sentence. "If you play with loyalty, you get buried with lies." No tag, no caption, no explanation. The internet went feral. Fans called it a warning shot. Blogs called it a threat. Rappers called it the calm before the purge. You could almost feel the fear radiating through social media. Because when Durk speaks, it's chess, not checkers. But the drama didn't stop there. An old interview clip from 2020 resurfaced. Von and Durk joking about loyalty and betrayal. Von laughs and says, "If somebody fold, we don't fold back. We fold them up." The irony? Painful. The timing? Diabolical. Fans flooded the comments with heartbreak emojis and snake emojis side by side. A digital civil war between loyalty and skepticism. And then, the most shocking twist yet. Someone claiming to be King Von's cousin released a statement online. They wrote, "Y'all think this about one person. It's deeper. There's paperwork that's never seen daylight. Durk not safe from it either." Cue another explosion of speculation. Was Von's own family hinting that both sides were dirty? That maybe Durk's betrayal wasn't just personal, it was mutual? That maybe the whole OTF narrative was one giant stage play built on secrets and survival? The conspiracies multiplied like wildfire. Some claimed the betrayal was orchestrated by labels to break Durk's dominance. Others said it was part of a government ploy to control Chicago's rap scene. And then there were the wild ones. People saying Von's ghost was exposing everything through karma. Meanwhile, major news outlets tried to step in and fact-check the madness. CNN's entertainment page even ran an article titled, "Lil Durk's Loyalty Crisis, When Internet Rumors Become Street Reality." But the truth, nobody could stop the momentum, because at this point, the betrayal wasn't just a rumor, it was a movement. Durk's name was everywhere. His silence turned him into a myth, a figure of mystery. People weren't asking if he was betrayed anymore. They were asking what he was planning next. And that's when the next leak hit. A private clip from inside a studio surfaced. Durk pacing, visibly furious, surrounded by his crew. The audio was muffled, but you could clearly hear him say, "They think they killed my loyalty. They just built my rage." It was raw, emotional, terrifyingly calm. Fans started calling it the revenge clip. The hashtag #DurkRising went viral. Everyone was convinced he was about to drop a project, an album that would scorch the entire industry. Some said it would be his take care moment, Others called it his ether. Either way, it felt like the world was watching a phoenix claw its way out of Betrayal's ashes. Even people who weren't Durk fans were tuning in. The tension had transcended rap. It became a full-blown cultural moment. And while the world waited for Durk's next move, one thing became clear. The King Von case wasn't just a legal mess anymore. It was emotional, political, and deeply personal. Every leak, every post, every silence felt like another verse in a tragedy that refused to end. Because this wasn't just a case. This was a curse. The betrayal had blurred every line between friend and foe, between loyalty and liability, between mourning and money. And in the middle of it all, Lil Durk stood silent, surrounded by snakes, ghosts, and millions of eyes waiting to see if he'd rise or retaliate. By the time the dust settled, one thing was certain. Hip-hop hadn't seen chaos this cinematic since Pac and Biggie turned the streets into a history lesson. The Lil Durk betrayal saga had swallowed social media whole. The world wasn't just watching, it was refreshing. Desperate for every new screenshot, every cryptic lyric, every clue that hinted at what came next. Durk's silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. The man who built his career rapping about loyalty and legacy was now turning both into weapons. Every rumor became fuel, every leak became content. And while the internet screamed for answers, Durk was quietly rebuilding his kingdom brick by brick, betrayal by betrayal. But behind the calm, something darker was brewing. Multiple sources. And by sources, I mean every gossip blogger with Wi-Fi, claimed Durk had cut off everyone except a tiny circle of day ones. The same week, paparazzi caught him stepping out in LA with new security, ex-military types with faces that said, "We don't do small talk." Fans noticed too. Durk walking like he knows something's coming, one user commented. Another said, "This the villain origin story we've been waiting for." And honestly, they weren't wrong. Because while the world thought Durk was healing, he was plotting. Then came the return. Without warning, Lil Durk's official YouTube page uploaded a new trailer. A dark screen, heavy breathing, then Durk's voice. "They said I was finished. They forgot who built the trenches." Boom! The screen flashes to a title card. "Loyalty died with Von, coming soon." The internet went into full cardiac arrest. Comments flooded faster than the Wi-Fi could handle. "Bro, this ain't an album. This a warning. Durk about to air everybody out. Von's name in the title? Oh, it's up." That 30-second clip did more damage than a diss track ever could. Within an hour, it was everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, fan edits, reaction videos. Even the haters had to admit, Durk had turned his betrayal into a brand. The tragedy became art. The silence became spectacle. The silence became spectacle. But not everyone was clapping. The same outlets that once hyped him up started asking dangerous questions. Headlines like, "Is Lil Durk exploiting Von's death?" and "Betrayal or branding?" started popping up. CNN called it morally grey. Complex said it was marketing genius. Meanwhile, Durk's fans defended him like a digital army. "He ain't exploiting nothing, he's avenging it." Still, things got even messier. A Chicago-based journalist posted a thread claiming the betrayal was still ongoing, that Durk hadn't rooted out all the snakes yet. They said, the same people leaking to cops are now leaking to labels. And if that's true, then the King Von case wasn't just haunting Durk, it was following him. That's when Boozy jumped in again, because when doesn't he? He went live saying, "I told y'all, when you get money, you buy problems." Durk fighting demons with diamonds on. He wasn't lying, but amid the chaos, one figure emerged from the shadows. Someone allegedly tied to the betrayal. A blurred-out photo started circulating online showing a man, once a known affiliate, allegedly spotted in another state. No captions, no explanations, just the implication that maybe karma was on the move. Then a fan posted something that went viral. "Von's gone. Betrayal exposed, Durk silent. You think it's over? Nah, this is Act 2. That comment summed it up perfectly, because just when everyone thought the storm had passed, another wave hit. Durk dropped the full track, and it was a lyrical earthquake. No names, no direct shots, but every bar dripped venom. He rapped, "They switched sides, I switched routes, same love, just different doubt. I fed wolves that sold me out. Now I feed 'em rumors, word of mouth, that verse alone. Internet combustion. Reaction channels called it the slickest diss of the decade. Twitter called it a warning in 16 bars, and as fans screamed, the industry went silent. Rivals stopped subtweeting, enemies stopped talking. Suddenly, everyone had nothing but respect for Durk. Even Youngboy, who had been throwing shade for months, didn't say a word. Because in this game, silence from the loudest man means one thing: fear. Meanwhile, King Von's name was everywhere again. Murals, hashtags, interviews. His sister even posted a cryptic photo of Von smiling with the caption, "You can't hide truth forever."